Hello and welcome back to Kin in Line. I make this part 140. So this isn't really a drawing, not by me anyway. Maps are, however, comprised of lines, and I'm fascinated by them. So when this book came up for review, Mapping South Africa, a historical survey of the South African maps and charts by Andrew Duminy. I jumped at the opportunity to read it and write about it, and this was done in 2012. So this just to show that while I was sub-editing, I kept my hand in as a not a reporter, but a reviewer of books, of art, and a writer of letters. So this pile you see of clippings is basically what I produced during those years when I was no longer a reporter, but I kept the articles. Here's for instance, a review I did or an article I wrote for the leisure supplement of the Herald about Sixto Rodriguez, the sugar man, that a documentary won an Oscar for best foreign film, I think. Best documentary, sorry. So I grew up with Rodriguez's music and wrote this piece about them, which they used as the lead on that day. And here I reviewed this book, very interesting look into the world of the corrupt, fascinating account probes every dark nook and cranny, international intrigue, drugs, blood diamonds. And it's, I mean, if you see what's happening today, you can understand that this has been going on forever. Yeah, these corrupt people in leadership positions who are making fortunes. So I also contributed regularly to the Sunday Times after they'd shut me out of the Herald as a commentator on political issues. And here's a little snipe at the ANC. And I always used my name. There was no pseudonyms or anything. So this is praising my former boss, Stephen Mulholland's article. He was talking about land, because the ANC have always been trying to take all the land for themselves and their followers, sort of ignoring the fact that, as in Zimbabwe, if you get rid of the land, of the people who know how to work the land, as they did in Zimbabwe, your economy collapses, because if you can't feed yourself as a nation, then you cease to be an independent nation. But so much for politics. Let us get back to the world of art. Okay, so this is on the back of a printout of a photo, one of my colleagues, no doubt, with some distinctive glasses, and another one behind her. And then a mottled creature. But it's a face. Always a face. And here we have yet another. So this was a woman leaning. The guy on the right is the chief sub, or he was laying out pages. And this was one of the reporters or somebody leaning over and having a look maybe at what was on his terminal or something. Neil Emsley, spelt it wrong, it's Neale, 2012. So I don't know if Neil would recognize himself here. I don't actually recognize him. So I really don't know what's in this envelope. It looks like it's also former staff members, former colleagues on the Herald. I think I know who this is, but I won't mention names, because this might be one of the people who made my life a bit of a misery. Yeah. Bit of a snout on this person. And I can't remember who it is. It was quite disappointing to see how the quality of journalists just deteriorated over the years. I think the main thing is a lack of independence. People just don't seem to be able to stand up for anything that's worthwhile, you know. They need moral compasses. They need to actually know what is actually evil and then reject it and expose it. This is a busy face, but I'm trying to find one that I recognize. These are all the young upstarts that arrived. Yeah. It's a VUSA, Spencer's Claim Voucher, something I never did much of. So that was the company, its latest manifestation. I mean, it had numerous names. But this is more interesting than Avusa and Times Media and whatever it is today. Look at the guy on the right. He's got quite a nice little chirpy face. And then more of these little doodle art objects. Usually done when I spoke to my wife, but this one is hard to tell which way. It's getting hard to tell which way up these things should go. I think that's more like it. This neck is growing out of the body of another figure. Everything here is a potential painting if I just had the impetus to do one. There's a nice long creature at the bottom here. Smoking a pipe. He has only 2 legs to hold up this long body. And there's something there balancing on this little. Yeah, looking at that pint of milk, 500 mils, is it? That's a litre. Today that costs you about 25 rand. Back then this was probably about 10 years ago. R9. Sure. But vest, do they still exist? Probably. Strangely, no eyes there. I should have included an eye just to give that thing a bit of life. Sorry, let's just rotate this a bit. So that's the way up. I must have drawn this, but or did I just draw it like that? Doubt it. Here we go into the dark side. Upside down. Yeah. I think Salvador Dali would have enjoyed this. The ship, and then there's like a monster. This thing, what is it? Pages. Here, obviously here for a reason. Oh yes, I wrote this piece on David Bowie. No, Sean Hagen, I also did one on him. So I just kept for the, oh no, I kept it for this. Sorry, another dark one. No, that's part of the advert. Thought it was one of my drawings. Ish. Getting old, man. Okay, so this is the flat plan shown earlier. Kept just for this guy. This was the Herald in 2013. Still getting 26 pages. Lots of classified ads, smalls as they call them. 34% advertising, which is good. And this is, I think, my little farewell. We're on another 22-pager. Only one page of classifieds. Yeah. What year is this? 13, yeah. Okay, I think that's it for now. So till next time, this guy's giving you the wave, and we'll see you then. Cheers.